Look at that. I found. Try that again. Hi, Dave. So much traffic. Yo, Nemor, thank you so much for the resub. 23 months. Hell yeah. Yeah, it's raining. Crap weather. It is what it is. But yeah, we're hitting the worst part of the traffic now, I think, because it's 4 o'clock and we're in Denmark's third largest city, so all the traffic. I'm wondering how long it will actually take. To get home. Turn left. You've been gone for so long you get to do multiple and not one. Wait, what? Oh, I've been gone for so long? I only see the 23 months though. But yeah, it's been a while. Wait, did you 22 months last stream and now you're 23? Oh, okay. I mean, it might just be that the transition was just between the last two streams. Because last stream was Saturday, yeah. It's been a whole month since Saturday. Shaky camera. Woo. Time? No, maybe. Maybe people aren't asleep this time? No, we'll probably just wait. Oh well. At least we're not out on the bicycle today. This weather is horrible. We're sitting in a nice warm car. It's like in between with the rain. It's like it's not raining enough for the wipers to be running fully or on the lowest tick, but it's still raining. forgot to turn on the speaker again. Let's go. It's like we're rushed down here to the next red light. Whoop. This is why I don't enjoy driving in cities. It's because it's just so many lights, traffic lights, intersections, whatnot. And then here's a merge, and people don't know how to merge. Another trafficked area out here in a minute. Maybe, or maybe it's just wrong reading on the map. Oh no, there's a lot of traffic. I wonder if I went the other way, if it would have been less traffic. Probably. What are you guys up to? Anything interesting going on this lovely Tuesday? Yeah, it's Tuesday. Chilling with some graveyard keeper? Nice. Very nice. I think when I get home I'm gonna sand down my table and then give it another layer of lacquer. It'll be crazy bartending tomorrow again? Nice. Very nice. Actually, this stretch wasn't as bad as I thought it might have been. As soon as we get on the highway, it'll be probably a lot better, which is just up here. What a nice person. Chat just completely vanished. Chat cleared. I'm not sure who cleared the chat, but okay. Okay. Whoopsie daisy. Can I even see who cleared it? Maybe it was myself. Chat in slow mode? What? Nemo, maybe you can take it out of slow mode? Okay, thank you. Thank you. Be on my way. Not this intersection, but next one is a highway. Ooh, but the backpack is fucking up. Cool. Whoa. Or who knows? I love how Bella Box is like there's no connection at all, but we're still live. That's impressive. Well done. Oh, am a biker hit it by accident? Oh, okay. Oh well. It happens. Who knows? It could even have been me at home on the PC, right? you have a speed pilot in the truck, that the truck in front of you is driving 1 or 2 kilometers an hour less. Like I can get behind the annoyance of that, but you can go a bit faster. But like it takes you several kilometers to overtake. And so some places in Denmark they actually have areas where they're not allowed to overtake in a certain time period, just to prevent traffic. Sanding down the table and maybe making dinner after, or who knows? There's not really much interesting gonna happen today on stream. I think it's just gonna be yet another day in my life. We'll start the 3D printer up, start printing some stuff. It'll probably be another hour or so before we start making dinner now. Or whenever I feel hungry, I guess. It'll take some time sanding down the table though. Fiber cable layout diagrams. That sounds technical. Enough speed to overtake this within the 1.6 kilometers. Well, let's just jump. We need to go to the right up here, so you have some trucks that are already in the center lane, slowing down traffic. What are you gonna make? I think we'll make beef patties with whiskey sauce, and I'm not sure what else. I think I have some they call it sweet potato fries in the freezer we can heat. That might be good with whiskey sauce. to overtake this. I don't know what the fuck's going on here. I actually believe this is one of the areas where they're not allowed to overtake, so that guy is living life. Because it's only 2 lanes here. Work was pretty nice. I was working from home at the start of the day. Just tweaking some stuff for the system I'm working at, and then I had a meeting in Odense at 3 o'clock, so that's why I went to Odense at about 2. That's why we're on the way back now. Overall, a pretty good day. Not much. There was only one thing that was like a support request that was direct, and it's because they were trying to. So in the system, we have the ability to check if a block is up or down, and they weren't quite sure if the system was working because the feedback is kind of rubbish. But from what I can tell, it works pretty fine. Parking, I agree. But then, like living in the city, I can walk up. If I need to do any grocery shopping, it's literally I can walk for 3 minutes and I'm at the shop. So sheep in the car parking space. There's a different kind of problem. money this month anyway, so maybe I shouldn't just go buy more stuff just because I can. Like, I want to save up a bit of money so we can go traveling in the summer if we wanted to. I mean, beer would be nice maybe. I had the meat at home because it was on sale, so I was like, I'll just buy a few extra. Would be nice. I'm out of soda cans, but we need to go to Germany to buy more of those. Germany road trip. Surprised with how not bad the traffic is right now. It's pretty decent considering the time of day. It'll probably get worse in like 3 kilometers, but still. They actually need to have the lights turned on when it's raining like this. Yeah, it's quite common to do water shopping here too. At least it was at some point. I'm not sure if it's like, I think right now it's actually starting to get popular again because it's so much cheaper to go across the border. Because everything is super expensive here in Denmark compared to Germany at the moment. Like, the inflation is for some reason worse in Denmark than in Germany, even though we have the same base currency. I think it's just a matter of the Danish grocery shops being greedy as fuck. Well, yeah, I'd say today, with the weather conditions, it should be required to have your lights turned on, regardless of color of the car. The white cars are just as hard to see because they blend in with all the misty water mist. Traffic jams, it would be right here. This is usually the bottleneck. I know you can't really tell, but we're driving on a bridge that's like super tall. least it's not freezing out. So there's that, that's nice. We'll get one from your fridge. Nice. Let's see what beers I can find at the grocery store. Hey Google. I love how it's the wrong phone that registered it. That guy has a subwoofer and a door that's crooked and a seat that's lowered so far he can't see out the front window. There's like two types of drivers, maybe three. There's the regular drivers, and then there's the they get a subwoofer in the car and they lower the seats as much as possible. And then they have damages all over the car because they can't drive. And then there's the Sunday drivers. And then there's this guy in front who's technically he's crossed the stop line even though it's red. Like he's halfway into the intersection. Jumpy start. If I'm lucky, I can just continue rolling in this gear. Yes. Oh, nice. Not even having to use the brakes. This hill is so steep that even though like you're just rolling, the car keeps accelerating. So if people don't pay attention, they'll actually end up like speeding. So police were clever and they just wanted to take your money. They just put up like a speed trap here. Because you just roll too fast downhill. It's like a 7% incline. Late night shopping on the 31st of March. We should go check that out during the, like go stream that. See how many people are out late night shopping on the 21st of March. We'll stop for that. No reason to get a ticket. Sweep, sweep. Been 354 bicyclists through here today. Cool. Now comes the traffic jam creation center of the city, which is the part that a lot of people don't know how to do, is merging. Mergerinos. Easy. That's how you merge. No bicycles? Yup. Good. Alright, I'll put you guys on the connection loss scene for a sec. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Look at that. I found it.
Nemo. Call that.
Oops.
Misty 16X. OMG thank you rebel. Breaking the law. Target. Dude, who cares? This city is dead. Incorrect target. Especially at night.
You never know. To be honest, it's not breaking the law either. It doesn't say you can't cross the street wherever you like. You can cross it wherever you want, I would say. Although these things, you can't just ride anywhere you want. You need to ride them not on the sidewalk. Not on the sidewalk. Oh my goodness.
Soundwire, free version.
Go. Is it broken? No, okay, there we go. These are pretty fun. I want one that I can put in the car. Those would be nice. Sponsor me, someone, please. We shall discover the world together. If you sponsor me these things. Could accidentally run down the stairs there, that would be ugly. That would not be good. Why are people allowed to go in and out of here? I thought this place was closed down. But I guess it's because it's the grocery store that's in here that's opening, I guess. We're almost keeping up with this car. Oh no, don't brake. Not yet. Now. Now we brake. Go, 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 go. Gotta keep up with the car. Oh, they're turning. Lame. Full door, that's great.
the difference between me and his, the way me and him will speak. Yeah. A lot different. So what do you feel about the truffle? You like the truffle?
I like this.
What up?
This guy, there's somebody here with a camera.
I wouldn't eat like.
Hi, who are you?
I am a stranger from the street.
You're a stranger from the street.
I'm a stranger from the street.
Oh my god, some street people. Nice speaker, man.
Thanks. I love yours too, man. It's great.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Ray, you should have kept it. I was waiting for him to come closer and scare them. I was like,
Yo, dude.
Yo, doing good.
Oh.
I just walked like 5 kilometers to get to
Shut up, serious?
Yeah, because my hotel is in.
He walked
Oh, it's great weather outside.
What the heck, yo? What the heck?
Nice to meet you. Hi.
Hi.
Yeah,
you
nice
do,
to
man.
meet you.
It's so work as well, man.
Didn't I get a shot?
Wow.
Yeah, it's true.
Cosmo Jaeger.
Let's go for Jaeger.
Hello.
some meadows in the street though, in the city.
Yeah, I was thinking you guys were probably heading into the street,
the
city
city,
later. Yeah, my hotel is down in the center, so.
Oh, it is. It's more of the walking I'm thinking because I don't have space for you.
Yeah, it's fine. I walk back. It's okay.
I guess I'll see you in several hours.
No. It took us what?
I was about to wait to see us.
I think it took us like half an hour to walk up here.
Oh shit.
Very nice, man.
How long?
Half an hour.
Oh, that's alright.
Not
I
too
thought
bad.
it was longer.
We just walk fast.
Gotta go fast.
It's not-
Maybe is there a bus or something?
I don't know. It's fine. I should have brought the cigarettes then. I was thinking about it all the way up here.
What does he have? He has a Sony HDR.
It's almost the same as, almost the same.
And love Cool setup,
Okay.
man. And smile.
I want to see that meeting.
FDR, something. You know,
Thanks
so
for
on
the
and so
shout-out.
forth.
Yeah, that's Cosmo Jaeger.
Got all the gear.
Cosmo Jaeger has entered the match.
Oh, thank you for the follow, guys.
Let's go. Is this Daily Dasher? Daily Dane. Danny Dasher.
Oh, we got the same. No way.
Danish Dasher. That's who he is.
But it's nothing.
I broke here, so I.
It's nothing compared to this summer. This summer walked 86 kilometers for charity.
Why?
We're,
Oh, for charity.
Yeah, for
right?
charity. Yeah. So we gathered $1,000 for mental health.
Wow.
So that's cool.
Just mental health in general? Who do you
It's
go to?
an organization called Take
Don't
This.
switch them. I
Okay.
know.
Good. So good. Wonder how long it takes for them to get going in the car. Like, if we get a good head start, we might even beat them to it, right?
0SK88. They are still sitting in the car, lol.
Maybe they're just taking their time to give me a chance. We'll run and be like, yes, we'll make it before them. It's actually pretty good to run with this backpack. It's not too bad. Are you guys keeping up?
Zero SK88. And suddenly Cosmo gonna fall.
Nah. The worst thing is the wires. I think they'll be fine. Ayo. We back. Nice. Do, do, do. Pa, 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 pa. I have like 120 grits and paper. One of that's too rough. too. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's pretty cozy anymore. So this is the apartment. I think I gave you guys a tour the other day, but like, let me swing the camera around real quick. So this is my living room. I was talking about it on Discord yesterday that I wanted to get like, I don't know, some big art piece on the wall. Or either one of the walls really. I think at the end of the table on that wall would be cool. I still need to get lights in here actually. And then, I don't know, some kind of paneling on the wall with the chairs against it right now. I think that would be nice. Just to take some of the echo out of the room, because there's a lot of echo in here because there's not much stuff on the walls, right? So it's like getting all the things done. Let me move this lamp so I can see, so it doesn't blind you guys either. Lamp. So yeah, this table used to be completely black, or like somewhat transparent black. And I sanded it down completely, and then I've given it a coating. And now I need to sand it down again and then give it another layer because it's kind of rough. Yeah, this is very different than the last place, that's for sure. Let me grab one of those beers. But yeah, the echo in here is not great. But it's like the stuff we work on all the time, right? So now we just have to sand this table down. Because it feels like touching sandpaper right now. So it's like a mix of, it could be better, and I just think it's finally absorbed all the oils I gave it yesterday. So it's like, it just needs a bit of sanding, I think. Maybe we should turn off the camera just a tiny bit. And also it is very dark in here, I can tell. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me also just start up the 3D printer. While I'm over here. What is the beer for tonight? So this beer, I was looking at it, they have specialty beers. So this is like an Easter Bock, it says. It's from a Danish brewery. I'm not quite sure what it is. But it's like an Easter brew. So yeah, let me just check what we need to print and we'll get that going. Rabbits and sheep. Cool. Bock with autumn, but nice on a cold wet day. I don't think I can recall having ever tasted this, so we'll see. Maybe it's nice. Yes, I'm opening it with a screwdriver. Because I can. This was from Rema. Also, hi Kevin. So yeah, this was from Rema. Rema 1000. Should we just start straight with 180 or should we go a bit less wild. I actually have one of those sanding books. I think. It's the Rema 1000. It's such a weird name in like other languages. Bum, 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 bum. I have one of these. What? Cheers. I hear buzzing. What's on Teams? We can ignore that. But yeah, it's time to get sanding. So I just want this to have like a smooth finish. Right now it feels like you're touching a piece of sandpaper. You only stop at Rema 1000, it's like 2 minutes from you. It's the same thing for me here, it's like it's pretty close. Pretty close. Let's see if I can do this. If I can. Oh yeah, that works. I mean, that feels a lot better, and then we just repaint it. That'll be good to go. Because it was kind of rough around the edges. Better call it back up. I mean, I have a sanding machine to do it as well, but it's so loud and it makes, like, this is dusty, but the sander makes even more dust. I don't know, I think hand sanding it will give a better finish as well, because then I can sort of feel like where it needs to be more roughing out. Right? Getting it real good. I should be standing at a better angle, but this is what I have. It won't take long to get this thing. shirt off because it's annoying shirt. But yeah, I'm sure this is going to look real nice. But yeah, you can tell a massive difference already. I don't know, it took me several hours to like get the original sanding, like from it being completely dark to this color. It took me several hours. And that was with a machine. I mean, for the finish, I think doing it by hand is probably better than doing it with the machine, because the machine, like you said, you have a lot more control doing it by hand. And like the rounding, like the edges on the table are round. So if I'm doing it with the machine, it'll end up like being really rough. Whereas this way, it's not too bad. It'd be nice to have a table by the sofa that your carpet doesn't, your blanket doesn't get caught on the table, right? It's like imagine you sit down with a blanket at the table and half of the blanket is stuck on the table. Because like touching this edge here feels like touching sandpaper, and obviously like right now I'm using 120 grit, but I want to get it up to like 180. The original sanding I did was like 80 grit. A lot of work to do with the table. No, this is like the last little bits. Like I'm gonna sand it all over with this 120 grit and then do 180 afterwards, and then just gonna coat it like clean off all the dust and then coat it with another coating of the wood oil. So it's not too much work. But like in hindsight, it would probably been cheaper to just buy a new table. But I got this table for free, so I figured I might as well just try and change it to something that I think looks good, rather than just be like, I got it for free and then leave it as is, because this was all black before. And like it's such a shame because the wood, even though it looks like scrap wood, I think it's still pretty nice compared to like a really dark piece of furniture. Hi username. Also hi Sindre. Hope you guys are doing good. Whoops. Making the table slippery. Now we just so it's already gotten 2 coats of lacquer or wood oil. So now it's absorbed a lot of the oils, and then we're just sanding it down to give it a nice finish because it's a bit rough. Like a lot of the wood grain is raised, so it's like sticking out as if it's like a piece of sandpaper. So I'm just sanding that down, and then we'll give it a quick sweep, like clean it off with a wet rag or something, and then give it another few coats of wood oil. So it'll get a nice finish, a nice even surface. And then we're just hanging out, chatting and drinking beers while doing it, because why not? It's starting to look nice though. Make it shine like a mirror. Your vocabulary is weak. No worries, no worries. It's not like, I don't think anyone here, apart from maybe a few, speaks English as their mother tongue. So it's no worries at all. But yeah, giving it a nice shine would be cool, but I don't think I have the skills to do that. As long as it's like smooth to touch, I'm pretty happy with that. Because it sucks when you're touching the edges, it feels like touching sandpaper. I don't like that. Oops. I should have taken before and after pictures, that would have been cool. Let me go make a wet rag and then we'll get off all this dust. I also just need to check the 3D printer. So I sanded the original part of the table with the machine. It's just that now we're getting down to the finish. I don't want to do it with the machine because then I don't have the same control. And the machine makes a lot of dust. One thing that Bless me. We're going Japanese all the way. I'm not sure what that means, honestly. But we're definitely doing more natural. So I have this wood oil. That's like a, what do you even call that in English? Like rustique. It's a very bare bone wood oil, so like bring out all the fibers in the wood. Make it look really nice. Like sort of what it looks like when it's wet right now. That's what it will look like all the time with that oil on. But right now I'm just cleaning it up so we can give it a finer sanding. But this feels very nice. Like the rag is not sticking to the table. It's very nice. Very nice. I mean, as it looks right now, that would be a cool looking table, in my opinion. Rustique is English as well. Nice. Sometimes you never know. I don't know if I can show you guys what it looks like better. Let me see if I can bring it in closer. It's like that's the color of it. Right now it's like still moist. And you can definitely feel like it's still rough. So if we give it a sanding with like a higher grit paper, it'll be less rough, but it'll be nice, I think. I like the color of what it looks like right now, if it shows up well on the camera. So that's what we're trying to do. If you sand a table, you're keeping it to show your great-grandchildren? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I wish I had like a before and after picture of it, because if you saw what it looked like before, you'd be like, yep, I would have sanded that shit down too. Really needs to clean the floor. Damn! Cheers, guys. Cheers. It's a pretty good sized beer in one of these bottles. What is that? There's no way that there's 25 centiliters. There has to be more. It has to be like half a liter. Alright. Let's kick it up a notch. So I can still see sanding marks. And like those sanding marks will disappear when we coat it. But I also want to make sure that we just go over it with a finer grain now. Well, I tried. Look how quickly it comes, like it becomes clogged up. That's crazy. But then again, the table is also slightly wet, so that definitely doesn't help. Moist table. Do you guys ever like indulge in DIY projects like this where you got something that's sort of like almost where you want to have it, so you just give it the final touches to make it where you want to have it? I mean, it could be anything, it doesn't have to be a piece of furniture. It could literally be anything. No, that's crazy. Crazy. Maybe I should have left the table dry a bit before we start trying to do this. Yeah, it started going crazy for some reason. We'll just give it a quick reboot and see how it works. Yeah, sometimes it's weird like that, where it just, for no reason at all, it'll lose signal. That reminds me, I need to check if the 3D printer is actually doing what it's supposed to. Nope, it is not. It's some bullshit. I'll fix that in a minute. I'll fix that later. I think we're almost ready to clean up the table and see how bad it is. Because a lot of what I think I can feel on the table is probably just dust, I think. So if I give it a good clean, it will probably be really nice. I think so, at least. Before I do anything, let me just fix the 3D printer stuff. I can show you guys what's going on with that. Move you over. So I'm trying to 3D print some models, figures, whatever you want to call it. And like one of them was not attached right. I'm just gonna wash my hands so I don't mess it up. Cool. Cool. Well, I think what happened is something snagged and then it's been dragging it around on the plate. So all of these are garbage. Unfortunately. Shame because the first layer looks like it still looks like it's calibrated alright, because there's no holes as such unless there's like some super details, but other than that it does not look right when it starts dragging stuff around. It's a shame, but it is what it is. I'll check chat in a second. It's like static electricity is sticking to my fingers. Where did I put my jet? I have Hello. How are you doing, Hi Fam? Doing well, nice. Nice. In case you're wondering what it was I just sprayed on, that is isopropyl alcohol, and it's just to get rid of my greasy fingers, because if there's any grease on this plate it won't stick proper, which can be a problem. And then I saw what I thought at least it looked like. You just had dinner? Nice. Oh yeah, it is 6 o'clock. I saw what I thought looked like some residue on a nozzle. So we'll see if we can, or maybe it's not a problem. We'll try printing again. It's just sometimes it goes well on the first try, but today I just started it without thinking about maybe there was dust on it. No cider slander first night in a couple of days without having one for dinner. That's fair. I'm having I have a beer from Tisted Bryghus right now that we're drinking. I'll show you.
So it's Easter buck. It seems to be really nice. Like it tastes really nice. It's pretty good. Just waiting for this to heat up. I think it'll be fine. It's just that it unfortunately had one that didn't stick, and then because the one didn't stick, it completely messed up everything. Because I'm printing a whole layer at a time instead of printing it in sequences or sequentially, which gives some other issues. But yeah, this whole print job takes 2.5 hours if it goes well. And it usually does. It's just sometimes it doesn't. But like looking at my phone, I can also see why it might have gone wrong. So because I've been sanding in here, there's a lot of dust in the air, and if the dust gets on this plate, it won't stick. Wah, wah, wah. Go, go, go. There we go. But I think I still stand by that most ciders that are mass-produced are pretty mediocre. Like they're not horrible, but they're not as good as they could be if they weren't like just a general recipe. But it's also, I guess it depends on taste. Although it's really hard to find ciders that is not some mass-produced brand in Denmark. Like we don't have that many places that serve cider, I think. At least not where I've been. Will it stick? Question mark? I mean, the height looks fine. It's a bit troubling that a bit of the nozzle looks like it has some residue sticking to it. Like on that note, I'll probably figure it out on its own. It's usually just running, so I don't know. Go, go, go. Good checking out this later. But yeah, it can be pretty mesmerizing to just like sit and watch the 3D printer for a while. It could be fun. But yes, I'm dragging around the whole ass chair just to move the camera because then I have a backpack holder. Damn, the table looks really dirty when we're looking at it from this angle, but it's just been sanded. I need to give it a wash. You can get rid of all the dust. And scratches and whatnot. So that we can give it a nice coating of foil. For this, right now I'm just using water. There's nothing else to it. A little bit of water. I feel small rocks on the table. That's annoying. Like bits of the sanding paper that fell off, I think. Let me clean this rag. I love how all my bones in my arm is like not doing that. It's like weak ass nerd arms. That looks pretty nice. I'm actually curious if it needs another layer. It probably should get another layer of oil on it just to make sure that it's absolutely locked in. Because I can see some places in the light that it's absorbing the water a bit, even though it should have been completely coated by now. And also just to fill up any, when you're sanding it, you make a lot of scratches in it. So by giving it another coating, it will fill out the scratches. Hi Pund. Yes, we are back from the dead. Although we were never really dead, but I could see why you'd say that. How are you doing, Pund? I'm just gonna grab my hand hoover. Nice. Very nice. I think I'll hit it with the heat gun just to make the water dry out a bit quicker. Or maybe we should just leave it. It has a nice feel to it now though. Like without the final layer of oils, it feels pretty smooth already. Life is going pretty good. Cheers. We're drinking a beer from Tisted Bryghus. I'm just figuring out how we can make this table look real nice and real smooth around the edges. So like originally this table was completely black. Like it had a coating of like a black lacquer. which is like there's nothing wrong with that if you enjoy having dark furniture. But for the apartment right now, a lot of my stuff is like wood. Like the floor is wood, my dining table is wood. At least like the look and feel of it. And my bed and the drawers I have are also wood. So I figured it would make more, it would fit in better if this was sanded down. It's like, I think this is gonna feel real nice. Let's hit it with the heat gun to make it dry quicker. Loud noises. Damn. Let's see. It's like one of these rabbits just won't print proper. Just give me a second, I'm just fixing this. But yeah, I hope you're doing good, Pug. It's nice to see you. It's nice to see you. We'll print some sheep. It's so annoying because there shouldn't be anything on the plate that makes that happen as well. Because the first one printed just nicely and then the second one is just like, what the fuck? What the fuck? So weird. All noise is incoming. Very hot. That seems pretty good. This feels nice. Like this is like touching a really smooth. It's really nice. Pretty good. Let's give it some paint. If I can. We're hoping third time's the charm on the print. You will see. So yeah, the paint we're using is, I think it's oil-based. It's definitely some kind of chemical, and it says on the label to not get it on your skin, so I will be doing my best to avoid getting that on my skin, which includes wearing gloves. It's like, welcome to chemistry class. Not really, but I think it goes with most like stuff that's for wood treatment. Is like interesting. So, like from what I can read here. So what I did was, the first stuff was add a layer of the oil and then wait 30 minutes and add another layer of oil. And like the entire table has done that. And then after another 20 to 30 minutes, I should have polished it with a white nylon mushroom or nylon, whatever the thing. And then we should have, so we did the sanding now, and we removed the dust, and now we should add 2 thin layers of oil to the surface until it's saturated, and then polish with a clean cloth until it feels dry. And oil that is not absorbed should be removed within 30 minutes of application. Cool. Give it a shake. See if my brush is dried out. It probably has. That could be worse. That could have been a lot worse. Alright, let me get a nice clean cloth and maybe a sponge. We'll see. I bring the sponges. One sponge, mini sponge. So, all right. Nice. This time the rabbit is printed proper, so that's cool. So I'll put the cloth aside for a second because I'll need that in a minute. I will be spreading it out with a sponge, I think, instead of using the brush this time. I should be able to sit here and do everything. Ooh, that's nice. Very nice. That looks really good. I don't know how well it shows up on camera, but it's almost like it gets that like shiny polish, but not really. Like you still have the aesthetic of it being wood, of course, but it looks really nice. And yes, I am contaminating this tub, but honestly, this is all I'm going to be using it for anyway. Like a bit extra, and then put it on another piece of wood. have a bit of wood from another piece of wood. Ribbon. Over back. Cool. I don't know why it's foaming, but whatever. I'll take it. I'll take it. And go on the edges. All of the edges. This is where it would be nice to have daylight as well, because right now I can see the sheen from my little lamp here. If I had like natural lighting from outside, I would be able to see a lot more of the sheen, like where it's absorbing the oils and where it's needing more oils, or like where it's saturated and where it's not saturated. So I could go over it and add more oils that way, but I can't actually tell too well, so we're just gonna apply generously and give it a good smear, and then let it dry for, like, the instructions said 30 minutes. So I'll just evenly coat it, let it dry for about 20-30 minutes, and then go over it with the sponge again, just so that we make sure it's completely saturated with all the oils. Because I can see some of the darker grains of wood, they're absorbing a lot of it, whereas the other ones are not really absorbing more. So, I mean, we're getting to the level of saturation everywhere. But some places need a bit more, I think. Excuse me. I really don't think I need more paint, because this sponge is full of it, or the oil I should say. Let me let it dry for a second so I can see where it's like actually absorbing the oils. I say as I continue brushing it over. I would move you guys so you could probably see the sheen. But my hands are covered in oil. So I think that will be a bad idea. Unless. I don't know if you can tell. I can't even wipe it off. It's like stuck on the gloves. So I can't. I cannot. That's crazy though, how well that sticks. wild. That looks nice though. Like when you get the proper reflection. I can actually move this light instead because I don't mind greasing that up a bit. That's fine. Maybe you can see it now. You can kind of see how it's shining, but not really. And that looks nice. I can even see some of the imperfections in the grain. Cool. Now we wait. I can't even like touch anything. I mean, I could take off the glots. But also, if we're not waiting that long, it wouldn't matter. Are you printing all right? It looks like it is. Very nice. Hopefully it works out this time. Hopefully. The thing is, like, it won't even come off the gloves. It will not. Ah. I have improvised. Considering how ugly it was before, I think this helped a lot. We could try giving it a blast with a heat gun to see if it speeds it up. But I'm also worried by hitting it with the heat gun that it might get so hot that it starts to boil the liquid and then it'll start forming small bubbles. And then you get like a really uneven finish. So I think that might be a bad idea. Especially because the heat gun is really, that's a lot of heat. So a lot of heat. Well, let me scrap these gloves. So we can move him around. Ouch. Should we? It'll probably be a good idea if we started cooking so we can get something to eat today. You guys want to do that? Let's do that. It's funny how this lamp is very strange. I mean, as far as I can tell, it looks like it's pretty much even all over the place with how it's absorbing the oils at this point. So I think even though we sanded it, we managed to do a pretty good job of not ruining the previous coat. Let's go make dinner while we wait. Come with me, chat. Let's go make dinner. Oh shit! Can I even fit you guys on the table? No, I won't. It won't let me do it. I think I can at this height though. That would be alright. Improvised. I'm extending some legs. Isn't that okay? If I turn this table, I almost sit this chair around like that. I mean, that's not horrible. The only problem is you guys are in the way for everything, so. But alas, do I bother? So. Actually, you guys are very much in the way. But I just need to grab something real quick. Like that. I need to grab my frying pan. Whoops. Grab this in the fridge. So I have the choice between like cream potatoes, but I feel like it doesn't really fit. I mean, it doesn't taste bad, but it's not like. I think we should do what are they called? Sweet potato fries instead of like cream potatoes. Like 5. Not bad at all. Put this up to 9. Let it sit for a second. What are you guys having for dinner if you want to share? Anything nice? Or maybe something not nice? I think I asked Andrews earlier who shared what they were having for dinner. Something about mushrooms and other interesting things and pasta. So I should change the 3D printer. The problem with the 3D printer is that like the first layer needs to go well. If the first layer goes well, then it's like problem solved because then everything else will proceed to plan. But if it doesn't go well, then it's just kind of like, why do you do this? Hi, Flask. You've been sleeping and lurking? No worries, no worries. Hope you're doing good, Flask. We need the whisk. I actually also need this. Oh my goodness. Flask is collecting the last few things to start live streaming as well, as far as I've gathered. So, why do they not have this added? And rude. Went to bed at 1 a.m. but couldn't sleep, so we got out around 9 a.m. been up to 2 p.m. instead of around so now. Whoops, yeah. Whoops, it's easy. That seems very hot. I'm gonna turn on the fan here so that'll be loud. I'm sorry. Making enough to share with chat? Yeah, sure. I'll share a bit with you guys. I'm almost all salt flavor. How you doing, Tia? We're having beef patties with bacon in them, and then whiskey sauce, and I'm also heating some sweet potato fries. Let me just check on those heating off. Looks like easy dinner today, but it's quite nice, I think. Quite nice. Want to make some sort of dinner for yourself? Get ideas? Any ideas? It's like I made this whiskey sauce yesterday, so it should still be good. It's just nice to not have to make it again. I'm sorry if the fan is really loud. It's pretty hard to not have that on because everything in the house or the apartment starts to smell like whatever you're cooking if it's not on. hear my response for this one? Double fricadelle for fish and gravy. That sounds good. That sounds good too. Fricadelle is really nice. I don't remember what I was saying, so you guys, so like, I feel like there's two different households. There's the household that's been like taught when you're making anything with minced meat or hagebutter, you have to make sure that they cook all the way through. But it's also, they just need to reach a certain temperature and then they're safe, right? So like you could make a patty like this and then have them pink inside or like red. Or would you prefer them cooked all the way through when it's minced meat? Like if it was proper meat, you'd probably prefer them rare or like medium rare. What would you say in this regard? I personally prefer them when they're cooked all the way through because it's like you don't want to end up with food poisoning. But then again, it should be safe. Should be more. Yeah, I'm sorry, the fan is super loud, I know. I was basically just asking if you prefer your, so these are patties made with minced meat, right? So would you prefer them to be well done or like medium rare or rare? Like, because some people, I've been taught that when it's minced meat, you want to make sure that it's well done, no matter what, just to make sure you don't get sick. But I think it depends on like what you've learned as a child, or as a young person, I should say. But yeah, I know that it's pretty loud. Turn it down a bit. That's good. Okay, so you like a nice crust, if you could say like that. I can see that. I think in that case, this might be good to go, right? We'll put it over there for a second because it will continue cooking even though it's off the pan or off the heat. So it's just about keeping it warm. So I'm making sweet potato fries, but I have them in the air fryer, so it's not really much to see. And then some whiskey sauce. It's just like, so I have actual potatoes lying around. It's just like it's Tuesday and I can't be asked, so I think it'll just be sweet potato fries with the minced meat patties and then this whiskey sauce. which is the one from Jensen's, where you just add the cream and then you're good to go. It's like a nice and easy dinner. I think we spent like what, 10, 15 minutes? Yeah, because I just turned down the timer on the fries 3 minutes because the air fryer is really hot. So it has a tendency to burn the food if you leave it in too long. This is getting nice and hot too, so we're almost ready. Like the air fryer is beeping now. I'll put this back on the heat for a second. I need my salt. Salt. So I think we're about ready. Just gonna make sure everything is nice and hot. The sweet potato fries are the ones you buy frozen from Rema. It's like, I'm super lazy today, but like you could probably make them yourself, right? And just spend a bit of extra time making sure that it's nice. Because you can get some really nice sweet potatoes and then you boil them first and then put them in the air fryer. You get them really nice and crisp and thoroughly cooked. I don't even know if you need to boil them first. I think it would make sense to boil them first to make sure that you're getting rid of the starch. And then put them in the air fryer to get them crisp afterwards. But it's like a lot of extra steps. Alright, let me grab stuff. Oh yeah, you can make literally anything with the air fryer. It's super nice. Actually, you asked the question how we were doing with sanding the table. So we sanded down the table and gave it a layer of wood oil. So just waiting for that to dry. So that's just why I decided while that's drying we might just go do some cooking. Because why not? It's a lot of fries. Whoops. Sorry if you saw stomach. I salted them a bit before. And let's grab this. Nice and juicy. I don't know, like normally maybe so recently I just moved, so a lot of the stuff that I used to have I don't have anymore, but if you had the small cups that would probably be perfect for like I don't have any more fries in this, but it would have been nice to have more fries. But yeah, you could put the whiskey sauce in like a small container or like a small cup, so that you don't have to like pour it on everything and everything gets soggy. But I don't have that, so here goes. Here goes whiskey sauce. Very hot. All right. All right. Cope 365 has a lot of looks like food. Yep. I can give you guys I'll show you guys when we get in the living room. I'm just gonna grab the phone and the forks and stuff. I'll be back. I think it's gonna be tasty because it was tasty the other night. Come with me, guys. Let's go. Can I? I'm just improvising real quick. Give it some light. Bam. There you have it. It is minced beef patties with some sweet potato fries and whiskey sauce. Very hot. And let me go grab my beer because I have one of those. If you're lucky, you can also find, like in Rema, they sometimes have the, I think they might have that in Coop as well, the, what's it called? They might have the beef with like extra meat around, not meat, spices. So that's nice. Because that tasted really good. I had my mom and her husband and my sister visiting the other night, and we made Flügelkartoffel with the beef and then also whiskey sauce, I think it was. That was really nice. Before I dirty my knife. Maybe. Okay, maybe not. There we go. Easy. Fyns Forår, yes. I am originally from Fyn. I live in Jylland right now, but I do enjoy our Fynen delicacies. Where did that cat go? Before we find it like 6 years later. I heard it, and I can't see it. Oh well. We'll find it later. Lovely beer. It's really nice and springy. Hence the name Fynen Spring, I suppose. Let's see how well cooked this is. This looks really nice. It's like dripping with juices. I mean, it's cooked all the way through, so maybe it got a bit too much. Welcome back, Andrews. This is really tasty. And then with Fynsk Forår as a beverage. Lovely, lovely beer. Can we be sponsored by them? That would be cool. But yeah, it's a super easy meal. That took us like what? I don't know. 20 minutes? 15 minutes? Ooh, nice Frost, nice. Mini frikadeller is really nice. Especially if you have a rye bread and then you cut them up and put them on the rye bread, that's nice. Hell yeah, Frost. Hell yeah. The thing about that I like about the air fryer with fries is that you get the crisp fries without it having to be in without having to deep fry them. If you promise them the mod, nice. It's a good deal though. Like you get to stream 3 concerts, and then all you have to do is give them the VOD. I think that's a really good deal. This is tasty. I think no, you can share. I don't want to share on your behalf, but Floss volunteers at a venue and then also gets to meet some pretty cool people. So you should definitely go follow Flosk and then see what he's up to on this Friday. Or is it Saturday? Oh, Friday, Friday. You said Friday. Kansas City? Yeah. Nice. But yeah, for me, this is like a pretty atypical stream, because normally when we're streaming, we go outside. You have a command for Kansas City and one for the concert. Nice, nice. Yeah, Kansas City is usually metal bands or other like smaller. I actually don't know. Don't you guys focus fully on metal bands now? I think so, right? Yeah, rock and metal. But yeah, they used to do like just some genres in general, I think. We've been there a few times. Like last time we were there was for Garage Fest, but that was this summer, so or last summer. And I don't feel like I gave it the attention that I wanted it to give, or that I wanted to give it. Yeah, Flask. Hell yeah. You were in love and it's alright? I'd say even then, I feel like we left pretty early. And also things were just strange. But it is what it is. It is past. Now we have the future. These chairs are really comfortable. But they might not be meant as like dining room chairs, but whatever. You can also join the year's Garage Fest, I think so. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. I have to figure out what we're doing this year in general. Because everything has kind of been on the back burner. Like last year at this time we had already announced that we were doing stuff on the whatever of August with the charity walk and stuff like that. But I'm not sure what we're doing this year. I'll have to figure that out. I think so, yeah. My hair looks like I should put up my hair. My hair looks like shit. It's one of the reasons why I normally don't stream with the preview, is because then I don't have to look at myself. Det fynske dyrskue again this year. When is that? Is that in April? I feel like that's in April, right? Or is it later? I can't even remember. July? Okay. Or June. It's like July, June, both. Okay. I mean, I technically don't have any plans, but I'm also right now I'm in the process of like saving up money, at least to an extent. There's still some stuff that I want to get for this apartment, right? So a thing I was talking about on Discord yesterday. Let me see if we can turn you guys a bit. Nope. Was like this entire wall here behind me. It's like big and bare, and there's nothing in here, and everything is echoey. It would be nice to have like a big custom art piece for this room, so that we could like, I don't know, I just think it would be cool to have like a big custom art piece, and then the wall that's behind me, I would like, I don't know, see if I could get some panels up. You know, a graffiti painter. So I don't know. I mean, that could be really cool too. But like the problem is, if I get someone to make it with, I guess we could get it on a canvas, right? Because then you could get a canvas that's painted over, and then it wouldn't be something that's tied to this apartment, so that I could bring it with me if I move at some point. Yeah. But I also thought it would be cool if it was like a map, and then we could like, every time we go explore something new, we come back and then mark it on the map. I think that would be cool. If you're wondering what that weird noise in the background is, it's a 3D printer that's currently working like crazy. Map is cool. I think it would be really cool. Also because it's like sort of like a, what do you call it? It's like a motivation to go and explore new things where you can get to market on a map. Yeah, that's the next question then. Oops, sorry. It's like, does it have to, like, is it just Denmark, or would it be more than just Denmark? Would it be Europe? And like that ultimately depends on like how much we're planning on doing, because traveling in Denmark compared to traveling in Europe, expenses wise, I think it's about the same. It's just the planning. It takes a lot more planning to travel in Europe than it does to do it in Denmark, because in Denmark you can just get in the car and drive away, right? Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. We'll have to figure that out. Actually, I think I have paper towels in here. Someone made a mess on the table here. It's a really nice and easy meal. Really nice. But yeah, it's a really good question. Like what, and it's probably where I need to sit down and figure it out. It's like, what's the future of the channel? Get a projector to check and send memes on your wall. Hi Nocta, even when you're offline. I mean, I could just let you guys send stuff to the TV that's right behind us, right? Like this big TV over here. Oops. That big TV. I could just let you guys send stuff to that, right? That would be something. How are you doing, by the way? Nocta. Sorry, I'm having hiccups after eating. Part of me was also thinking like these big double doors that's between the two rooms here. So usually there was two doors in there so you could close it off. But I was like, the doors take up space. So I was thinking that like if I really wanted to close it off, I could get like some kind of curtain or whatever. Banned from Twitch. Does it not work? It's weird because it should work. Maybe Julian is just down. Sometimes that happens. Maybe it's just because Julian sucks. Which I'm surprised because normally I don't have any issues with Julian. But it might just be that today he's like, nope, I give up. I think Julian just quit. Maybe Julian quit. It's fine. Julian quits every now and then. I think it's just because Julian is offline. I think that's all. But yeah, I feel like it's up. Like we have to figure out what's the future. Cause like one thing I really enjoy about streaming is just going out into nature and just walking around and exploring areas like we did the other night, like on Saturday, where we walked around just on the north side of Vejlefjord. Because the view from there was really nice. Like I don't think I've ever seen anything like that in Denmark, which I'm quite surprised about because we've been a lot of places in Denmark. So it's like it doesn't really matter where you go in Denmark, you can still explore something new. So I think like the concept of having the map and then being able to pinpoint on the map where we've been is really cool. And like we could start it off with like having the map of Denmark and then just putting pins in it, right? And then as we go about, if we start traveling a lot in Europe, we could start pinpointing stuff on a Europe map. Like the map itself is not that expensive compared to the traveling, right? Depending on how you want it made. But I also think it could be cool to just have some kind of custom art piece that's not just a map. You could have a map that, like you know, with all the old maps, when they had a big open area of water, they would have some mythological creature painting on the map. Instead of it just being water. You could do that, but have it be custom stuff from the channel. I mean, that's that's a way to do it too. I don't know, there's stuff on the floor, there's plenty of ideas. I don't know, I think it would be cool, but at the same time it's like, I don't know. Ghost. Do you guys want to come and do the dishes and then we'll look at the table? Yeah, you guys don't get a choice. You're coming with me and doing the dishes. Sorry, not sorry. Doing the dishes. Exploring outdoors and camping outside have certainly been some of my highlights when you've been able to drop by the stream. Yeah, that's why I feel like it's something like, because I enjoy it as well. So I don't want to just throw that away, because it's something that I've enjoyed a lot, and it's been such a huge part of what made the channel be what it is, right? And I feel like when you have something that's nice and it's going for you, you shouldn't just abandon that. Like, you have to keep whatever is part of you be part of you, right? And traveling in Denmark. Sorry, I'll just fix this before I start. It's because I'm moving a chair as well at the same time. Some could argue that my setup is rubbish right now, but it's okay. That works. We can't put the dishes without the beer. Cheers, chat. But yeah, what I was saying is like traveling in Denmark has been such a big part of the stream. I feel like we should keep doing that and like stick to what works. Also because traveling in Europe, like I want to go explore Europe at some point, but I'm not sure if 2023 is that point in time, or if it will be in 2024, right? Because part of me also want to make sure that we have a future beyond just what's interesting to do right now. Score! Hi, Soto. In the end, interesting streamers are people who stream what they enjoy rather than people who do this will probably be popular. I agree. I 100% agree. And also, like, I think it was, I was watching Beauty and the Beast's stream last night, and she mentioned that one of the things that is her biggest worry is being boring. And like, I can totally get behind the thought process of that, because at the end of the day, if you are quote unquote boring, it means people won't be around to watch what you're doing and figure like it's just, you want to make sure that your content is interesting, right? But in that sense, it's also it varies a lot from person to person what they find interesting. So some people will say that my streams are boring, which is completely true from their point of view, but other people might quite enjoy the content. Longer travel streams abroad could be cool. I think it was through Hitch I found you when he ready doing his bike trip through Denmark. Yeah, I remember Hitch, right? That was crazy. Hitch is a cool dude. Julian must become a dishwasher? Yeah. But yeah, definitely. It's like, And that's the same thing. It's like, while there's a lot of people out there doing RL streams and they do traveling, what we find interesting as people is very much different. So like when Zoe is going to travel Europe, one of the things that he might find interesting is not necessarily what I would find interesting. So if I were to do something similar, right? Not saying that we are, because what Zoe is doing is pretty cool, and it takes a lot of resources to do that sort of thing. But if I were to do a similar thing, what I would experience throughout Europe would not be the same things that he experienced, because I have a different approach to things, and I think that's true for like everyone. It's like at the end of the day, everyone has a different way of approaching things. Whoa. The slippery floor here. So when I moved into this apartment, I think they just redid all the floors. So all of the floors are like freshly polished, and they're super slippery when you're just walking around in your socks. I was just leaning on the counter. Imagine making Julian a real robot. That would be unique content. Start a microcontroller on the Segway, and let it evolve from there. Julian would become an IRL sidekick and eventually turn against mankind. I mean, that could be interesting to do, right? Is to make it so that Julian would actually be some kind of entity that could follow us around. I'm not completely opposed to that. I think that could be really fun to do, but I'm honestly not sure how. But that would also be part of the journey, right? Is figuring out how could we do such a thing as to make Julian from just being some chat robot to actually being part of the content. Because right now Julian is pretty much a gimmick. Like when he works, it's quite wild. But a difference he makes, because people think he's real because of how good he's become when it comes to chatting. Which is honestly wild. But yeah, what would it take to make Julian a real robot? Like, what would it take to put on microcontrollers onto something to make it possible for it to follow us around without it having to be a massive burden? Because at the end of the day, if I have to carry the Segway around, I have to spend time and effort doing that. It'd be a fun thing to see come to life. I think so. I think you're absolutely right. Maybe I just need to do some research on like how we can do that with robotics. Because at the end of the day, I don't know, I don't even know where we would start. Like, we'd probably start figuring out how we could make some kind of robot, like, just roll around in the apartment. Like, that's probably how it would start, right? I mean, that's also a thing, right? Yeah, that's not a bad idea. So make it so that all of that could be a thing, is every time Julian says something in chat, it becomes TTS. But I'd have to figure out how to moderate that, because if everything is TTS in Julian's sense, then we can have a lot of spam. So I need to figure out how to balance that. Not that it wouldn't be possible, but that could be interesting. Recipes. So this whiskey sauce, I made it yesterday and then reheated it today, so even if I wanted to save it, it's probably not a good idea, because it's already been heated once. Like an alternative way to wash the whiskers. whisker. So because I'm lazy, I have a rack over here that's just for like putting stuff on and then they can air dry. Because I'm like, one of the things I really hated about doing dishes is having to like, you wash it and then you have to dry it. And it's like, what if I just leave it to air dry? And I found that it's like a lot easier. Because at the end of the day, it's clean. You get small droplets and some stuff like the stainless steel pans is probably not the best idea to like put them air dry, but other than that, it's worked pretty well. So usually you just wash everything and then the pans, I'll grab them and dry them with the towel. And then everything else I just let air dry. I think that's like the worst part of washing the dishes is having to like dry everything off. It's just so much nicer to just, oh, done. I was also thinking about buying a, you can get the small dishwashers you can put on the table. But like pricing wise, that's about the same as like just buying a regular dishwasher. You usually become a Furby or whatever it's called, furry gremlin, wanna be kid's toy. I remember those where they like, what was it called, that there was that movie that was made where it was like you can only feed the gremlins once. I think it was called the Gremlins. You can only feed them once, and then if you fed them more than once, they become evil or whatever. And everyone, of course, fed them more than once because humanity and being weak. I found that doing this every time I cook something that's like splattering everywhere, it makes it so much easier to clean it. The spray bottle has like some type of cleaning agent in it. So just doing this, it makes it a little easier than having to, like, if you do it once a month, you have to like clean all of this once a month. So just doing it like every time just makes it so much easier. Like, look at that. Bam. Done. Don't have to worry about it. I do need to clean out the, so there's some filters here for the air fan or whatever. I do need to clean those out, but I'm not sure how yet. Gremlins. Cute Gremlin was Gizmo and Punk One was Spike. Oh. Oh. Julian Cleaning Robot DLC. Could you imagine that if you could get like, I mean, I guess that could be a thing. It's like we buy one of the, I could get one of those. They wouldn't be able to clean the entire house though. You know those Roombas? The ones that will like, it's just a vacuum cleaner robot. We could get one of those. I mean, I have room for it and I don't actually have a vacuum, so that could be possible. Sorry about loud noises. Loud noises. Where's some more weirdness? Nice. Very nice. There were actually mogways. You love Gremlins. We should sit down and have a community night and just watch Gremlins again someday, if it's even possible to find it anymore. Let's go take a look at this table that we were doing before we started making dinner. Oh my goodness, heavy. Welcome to my living room once again. This works surprisingly well with these foldable chairs as like a backpack holder. I'll get the lamp one over here. Wouldn't it be nice? This looks nice. It's definitely still wet. But I think if I dry it off with a cloth, that'll be nice. How much was it for me to come by and clean your apartment? It depends on how dirty it is. Although I'd probably say that would be a hard pass, because if there's anything I'm bad at, it's cleaning. It's so much easier when I've just been keeping it clean along the way. The table looks great. Yeah, I think we'll just give it a quick, so I'm just gonna rub it down real quick and then take a look at what it looks like, because it's super wet on the surface, and it shouldn't be. It's like one of the final coats, so it should be getting better. But considering it was completely black before, I think this turned out really nice. So just take this clean cloth and then just start wiping it down. Make it nice. Yeah, it looks really nice. Ooh, that's nice. Ooh. Sweet. But you have a gremlin on Viaplay? Cool. I think we have Viaplay here as well, or Viaplay, whatever you want to call it. I think you could do that, yeah. That's not a bad idea, Flusk, and then just have it as a backup as well, in case you ever need it. I feel like my pants are falling off my hind all the time. This turned out really nice. Now it just needs to dry, I think. I'm just checking the reflections on the table to make sure that I haven't even coat everywhere. I can see some imperfections. But it's also, when it dries, that will sort itself out. Right? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Nice. Growing marathon at Nimor. Hell yeah. What did you oil it with? I used, let me show you. Let me put the lid on before I spill it everywhere. So I used something that's called Rustik bordpladeolie, wow. Which is clear. I got it at Bauhaus. We're not sponsored, but I think it was like 150 or 180 Danish. And there's more than plenty in here for like this project. which is not just the top but also the underside of the table. So, and then I was when I was doing one of the sides of the legs, I was doing it on the table we're just eating at, and I accidentally spilled on that table, so I just coated that entire thing as well. But yeah, rustik bordpladeolie in clear. So it's like a clear coat. And it turned out really nice. Looks good, thank you. I got the table itself, so there's a few changes happening at the office. So I got the table itself from like the attic at the office because it was going to be thrown out otherwise. So it's like, you know what, I'll just grab it because it's sort of the similar, it kind of fits. Like height-wise, if you're sitting at this and it's like for the sofa, right? It's nice to just have a table, even if it doesn't necessarily fit 100%, but it sort of fits. And then it was completely dark and black color, and that absorbs so much light. So it's like, it would be nice to have a table that's the same aesthetic as the rest of the apartment, which is like a light or wooden color, or just wood in general. So sanded it down, and you still see some of the remnants of the dark paint because it's so stuck in there. So some of it is really dark, but I think it also adds like a more rough dimension to the piece. So I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. It's just, it took a lot of work, but I think it turned out really nice. I think I need to stop messing with it now before I move it. It's one of those things where like, stop while you're good, so that you don't overdo it. Yeah, let's do that. I'm so tempted to put stuff down on the table because it's here and it's a table and it looks dry, but I'm almost certain that it's not dry. So I'm just checking in the light with the reflection to see if there are any spots that need to be wiped down. But other than that, it looks like it's gotten the final coating on it now, and it just needs to stand here and look pretty. So I'm going to take this glove and I'm going to clean up my mess on the floor here. Very nice. Yeah, I think on the can it says 72 hours, but I'm also impatient, so that's never going to happen. But yeah, let me see if I can show you guys what the reflections look like. Like proper. Let's see. So like the thing is with the reflection in here, it's kind of hard because it's like, it's dark outside, but I don't know. Maybe it looks pretty nice. Actually, let me put you guys on the backpack for a second. So, excuse me. It's one of the cool things about being an IRL streamer is you have all the gear to do this, right? You just need to do it. But yeah, this is what it looks like in the reflections of the light. And it looks like it's slightly curved at the end, but like at the end of the day, it's a sofa table and I don't give a fuck. It's just, it looks much nicer than the original dark color. That's all that really matters. And I like how in some places you can sort of see the reflections of the grain in the wood. I think that's a really nice quality to have. But I can also see sanding marks here. And I mean, if I did a nice job, I could get rid of those, but I'm not too worried. You're not going to see that anyways, if you're not looking into detail. So that looks cool. It's a nice table. GG. Not bad for like, I mean that took a lot of hours, but nice looking table. Thank you. I mean, I've only lived in this apartment for, let me turn off this water, just soaking the brush. I've only lived here for a month and a half, 2 months soon. So I've only just moved in and a lot of my stuff I've sold. So a lot of this stuff is just a mess because I'm doing stuff, right? But like, I like it being minimalistic. I like to have things in its place. This looks like a mess, but it's also, this is my office, so it makes sense it's a mess. And like the PC and whatever, this is where we're streaming from. And the 3D printer is going crazy. And then my dad brought the table all the way from where he lives, it's his old table. And then the chairs and the table, the sofa table I got from work because they were going to throw them out anyway. So it's like, I'll take it. And then you can sort of see how dark the legs are. That's how dark the surface of the table was. So, I mean, overall, I think that little project has turned out really nice. What are you 3D printing? So, my mom has a store where she sells yarn, and some of the concept is that you can take these models and then you can wrap them with yarn and you get small figurines that you can hang up. Let me see if I can show you. I only have one of them lying around because I delivered all of them yesterday to her. But one example, this is a failed print, so it's not the final product. But one example is like a small sheep, and then you wrap around yarn along the ring here, so it becomes like a fuzzy little thing, and then you can hang them up like this as like decorations. So it's like a combined little model plus yarn thing. And there's some other stuff that's coming as well. So I have 5 different colors I can print in. And so I design them and then print them, and then she says if they're good enough or whatnot. Table looks much better sanded down. I think so too. But yeah, the camera right now is inside one of these. So there's another thing. When you can 3D print stuff, you can make. So I found this model online, which is like the cover for the camera. So it's a Sony AS300 cover. And I modified this cover, so I have another one sitting on the camera. So it has this little eye up here that can hold a lavalier mic, so I don't have to clip it into my clothing all the time. And then the side here is covered up, both for more protection, but also I have another eye here that I can put the wire for the microphone through. So I have like a all-in-one microphone holder as well as a camera cover, which I think is really nice to have. Right now it's printed in this, this is PLA. We also have a PETG that we can print in, which is more flexible, but it should also be more resilient. So there's a bit of everything here. But I find the like 3D printing is fun. Oh yeah, you can see some of the earlier models here. I don't know how much they would be in demand, but yeah, it's definitely a thing. So you have some of the earlier models here. So these were test models. That's why they are not put into production, is because they were tests. So this is the cat. It's like a, whoops, that's on the floor. It's like a nice little cat, and you wrap it with yarn and you can hang it up, right? And then you have a mouse. I think we have the old rabbit here as well. So this is what the original rabbit looked like. It looked like shit. These are the new ones. Right now I'm printing in black, so it's hard to tell. Some of them are printing all right. It's a bit tricky sometimes because I'm printing a lot of them. And yeah, we have some chickens because Easter. But I think it's a fun little thing to get these done. And then I printed some. These would have been racks that you could prop them on. When you have a lot of them, just click them into there and they will sit like that. But it's too much work to make these compared to how many we need to make. So. But yeah, one thing as well is like I have. So these are the camera mounts that I use, which is like you can click them in on both sides and then they'll pop apart. It'd be nice to be able to 3D print these, but they have springy parts and whatnot inside. So it's a bit more difficult to do that. But one of these junctions, right, is $60 for just this. $60. It's like that would have been really nice if I could make that myself. I haven't tried, but it would be nice. But yeah, I think the table looks much better. I think you guys agreed with me. It also looks nice with the, like it's not super shiny, so it looks pretty natural. It still has a bit of a shine to it, but I think it's because it's still a bit wet. So I think once it dries down, it won't be as shiny. Boop, boop, boop. So all I have left right now for today is actually just to clean up my mess. So yeah, I 3D printed one of these as well, which is like a coaster. Put your glass on it and it won't make marks on the table. It's not that I really care because I can fix it, but it's like it's nice to have. Excuse me. Excuse me. So yeah, let's clean this stuff up and then call it a day. I quite like having all the stuff that you need to be able to DIY, because there's some things in this, like for IRL streaming, there's so many things that are custom. Like it's custom, and it's so nice to be able to do some of it yourself. Otherwise, it's a lot of work to just constantly have to. That should stay here. Yeah, it's just a lot of work. Just a lot of work. But yeah, I did say it's a sewing, but if you ever needed something 3D printed, we could probably figure it out. You just need to know what and how. Need to take the trash out. It's crazy to think that it's only Tuesday today. Doodly-doodly. Welcome to Cleaning with Cosmega. I think we're done with the heat gun as well. Don't do this at home. It's just because I'm lazy. There we go. Like you'll break the sockets or the plugs when you're just pulling on them like that. Eventually. Pew pew. But 3D printing has been a lot of fun, especially because like these might be simple models, but we have some more three-dimensional models, and it's been quite a lot of fun learning how to do that, I would say. And sometimes it's like, I don't know, it's so weird because if I'm really interested in something, it takes me hours to pick up on it. So like before having this 3D printer, I've never ever done a 3D model. But the day that we got the 3D printer, I think I had 3 of the 4 designs that my mom wanted within like the first evening. So that was fun. I felt like with 3D printing small models for like creative projects. So these are rabbits, and then you can, around the ring of the rabbit, you can wind some yarn around them and make small models, and then you can hang them in like, if you have like a branch for like Easter, I think it's a tradition in Denmark, I'm not sure how much of a tradition it is elsewhere, but you can make small decorations using these. So these are nothing like super technical to print, but there's a lot of different models. These are some of the earlier models that are now on the floor because I can't grab it. There we go. So like you have a kitty cat that will be wrapped with different colors of yarn if you want that, so you can make small animals and whatnot. It's a bit of like, it's a different way of being creative. Creative? That sounded weird. Without it having to be super difficult. Like a lot of times when it comes to doing creative stuff with yarn, you have to be able to either do, what is it even called? It's strikke or hækle in Danish. I can't remember what it is in English. I just completely blanked on that. Oh well. But like you have to have some technical skill of working with yarn, and these ones you can just do it without even having that technical skill, so that's nice. Knitting, that's the one. Yeah, exactly. So you need to know how to knit in order to do stuff with yarn normally, but these ones, there's the entry level for doing stuff that's creative with this is like you can, literally an infant would be able to do it, which is really cool. Because then the entry level is pretty easy, so you don't necessarily get as discouraged, and it's a nice way of getting into working with it. So the original templating was with cardboard, but these ones are a bit more robust. I think it's a really cool concept, and I hope it, like, not just because it's my mom, like that's one of the reasons, but just because I think it's a cool concept. I really hope that blows up and like it becomes more of a, like I hope it becomes a nice success history, like because it's just, I think it's a really cool concept. And like if I was any good at selling stuff, I would definitely be out there trying to sell it. But I'm good at designing stuff and engineering and things like that. So like, that's what I'm focusing on, is just making the engineering part of it work, and then everything else, she will figure that out, right? It's like super overkill walking around with an IRL streaming backpack to do streams from home, but here we are. It's like, talk about overkill. I noticed this morning, I think it was yesterday, that this shelf here, I can remove that, so I can actually replace that with some kind of furniture. I think that would make it a lot better, because then I have storage that's not like open to everything. Because this honestly, this looks like a mess. Ooh, this one might not be savable. Did I miss something? Oh, Gremlin Marathon. I didn't miss anything. It was just a bit of time ago. Beep boop bop. Are you streaming tonight anymore? Just a bit of Lily making even more candy booze. I don't know, that sounds nice. Is it like you take a bottle of vodka and then you put candy in it and then you get candy booze? I don't think this is gonna come off with soap. I mean, it's getting better. Maybe you need to wash it with acetone. I don't want to do that though. Acetone is pretty rough. You are back streaming again in April. There's so many things happening. Oh, okay. No worries. You melted candy and then added rum. Okay. I think the ways that I've seen it done is like you have a very hard liquor and then you add candy. But I think the other way works too, right? Ouch, 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 very hot water. Hot, hot, hot. Well, honestly, I don't really have much more to do today, and I think just relaxing a bit before bedtime is a good idea, or maybe even playing video games, I don't know. So I think we should find someone to raid. What do you guys say? Bartending tomorrow, bartending Friday and Saturday, then John comes home, we'll celebrate mom and dad's 60th. Nice! There's a lot of stuff going on, that's for sure. I kind of like this camera angle for when we're doing inside stuff. Let's see, who's live? I think Zoic is live, but we raided Zoic the other day. Who else is live? Jeez, internet, come on. Do you guys want to see development? Or do you want to do more IRL stuff? Or maybe some art? We raided Sataya the other day. Who else do we have? We also have gaming streams. We'll experiment and make how to make the best candy booze. Noise. I don't know about that guy. Guy finding his GoPro. We raided him a long time ago. He's doing 24 hours today, maybe? Maybe 24-hour stream, maybe. What is travel with Gus? He's in Thailand. I don't know about that. You gotta visit soon so we can drink some of it. I was actually looking not too long ago on how much it would cost to fly up to you, but it's so expensive. But like if I find a good deal, then why not? Like I'm down. I'm down to do that. 30 is doing stuff. It's a long time since we rated 30. I don't know, man. I don't know. How many people are we? I think what I'm gonna do. Whoa. Why Skydaddy? Why does Skydaddy have 10,000 viewers? That's crazy. I mean, not that she doesn't deserve to have 10,000 viewers, but like that's fucking wild. We're 19 people, so we should find someone around that. Hopefully, you give us cheaper prices soon. Yeah, hopeful. Hope so. I'm trying to figure out who we're rating. Stranded alien. You know what? Let's go say hi to Guy Friend's GoPro, because he seems pretty cool from what I've gathered. Although I think he does German stream. Why is it so difficult to find someone to raid? Actually, let's go mess with Zoic, because why not? Let's go mess with Zoic. Oh my god, sit down. Let's go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out. It's been an absolutely pleasurable day. And I hope you guys have a good one. I'll see you guys soon.